G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a vampire submachine gun with 25% faster fire rate. So it's been a while since I've done the submachine gun, and this time, don't worry, I've unlocked the hardened receiver. That's the most important thing. But yes, the submachine gun hasn't really changed a lot from Fallout 4, and something interesting about it is I've unlocked all of the attachments. I've scrapped many a submachine gun, or 45 submachine gun just to be, specific, and there's no things like a true barrel or true stock or anything like that. None of the new stabilized, aligned, or true prefixes can be applied to the stock, which is a real shame, because I'm not going to be using ground pounder, but we'll talk about the build later. But anyways, the submachine gun is sort of on the low end of damage on the spectrum of powerful, automatic weapons, which is a shame because, it's a nice looking weapon, even though it's not actually a Thompson. It's got that charging handle thing there instead of the thingy, the bolts on the top. I don't know if I'm getting my weapon terminology right. But yeah, it's a little bit different. That's just for combat rifle animations, basically. So again, hardened receiver doing 32 damage firing the 45 ACPs. This is why I call all 45 ACPs, because I think you'll struggle fitting 45 long colts in that, am I right? But regardless of that, let's go ahead and boost this thing's damage with a few perks. Now, we're not going with ground pound here. Usually I do, but unfortunately, yeah, we're not going to have the crutch of the true barrel and true stock to actually give us more hipfire accuracy. So unfortunately, I mean, it's not too bad, but it'd be nice if we had something like that. It feels like this weapon's a little bit unfinished when it comes to its attachments and all that. But of course, we're going to chuck on Bloody Mess as well after we chuck on all of those commando perks. So here we go, we've got Gun Fu back, and according to this patch, they would have fixed it, so we'll see if that reigns true, but if it doesn't, we'll just swap it out for something else. Mr. Sandman, Covert Operative for sneak attack criticals, 3 in sneak because we're going to be running around a bloodied threshold, which we'll get to in a second, but we're getting 59 damage out of this thing, which is only like 9 damage more than an unspec'd powerful automatic handmade. You can see right here the power difference between these weapons, but at least we've got rate of fire on our side, right? Alrighty, so note the health there, just sitting under Nerd Rage Threshold, there it is. And basically, if you're new here, what I do with Vampire's weapons is I go down to Nerd Rage Threshold. I've only got 20% of my health left, gated by radiation. That allows us to get damage from Adrenal Reaction as well as Nerd Rage to raise our damage even more. And combat is not too much of a worry so long as we can land lots of hits on our enemies, because we've got an automatic weapon that fires very, very quickly. So with that in mind, yeah, 101 damage, but when you compare it to a bloodied handmade, ooh, 3 times the damage. Okay, so this thing's gonna have to perform pretty damn well before I give it my serial approval, but it's good. 101 damage, it's not too bad, eh? Alrighty, so here we are outside of the Muti's place, and I guess we'll get started. Now, knowing our hipfire isn't the best, I'm probably going to aim down sights quite a lot with this thing, so why not try to figure out what this thing's like, eh? So this thing is limited in range a little bit due to the suppressor, so we're going to have to come in quite nice and close to actually fulfill this weapon's damage, and okay, that guy's just immune to bullets, whatever. Yeah, don't jump and aim. What the fuck is even happening right now? Is my submachine gun doing this? Okay, everything's died. Okay, that's more like it. That's better. I don't know what happened then. I'm gonna blame Todd Howard for it, and we'll call it a day. But okay, we're on. We're going now, and we're hitting him for pretty respectable damage. I'm gonna try to nail some cheeky headshots, even though I don't like this reflex sight at all. I'd much prefer if I had a circle, because I think that's just a little bit more precise, but I guess that's kind of personal preference, right? And shut up, Discord, I'm recording, and there's a doggo who was probably invincible earlier. So there we go, 138 damage, and that's probably all she's gonna give. That's probably the maximum, but, with those sneak attack criticals and, everything. Also, I'm missing out on damage. What am I doing? If we take Covert Operative off and chuck it back on, it'll factor in the Sneak Night bonus, before the Covert Operative, and we'll actually get 3.75 times sneak attack critical. So there we go. We're not missing out on any damage, and we can actually see what this thing does, even though it's like an extra 2.5 or 0.25% more. So it looks like we're hitting him for 300 and a nice little increase from Adrenaline there. An extra 61 damage right away, although he might have been a lower level super mutant. The rate of fire is definitely carrying this a little bit, so that's something we need to consider in its total DPS. Unfortunately, not all Fallout games can be like New Vegas and Awesome, where it shows you the damage per shot and the DPS, because, you know, that'd be too hard to do. Our weapon card's already broken enough as it is. They just break at will. But yeah, it'd be nice to actually be able to compare that with weapons rather than, you know, having to figure out what it means, or, you know, how many shots you're going to fire a second and then go from there, because, you know, doing maths is boring. We want to shoot things and know our damage. Alrighty, we're inside now, and let's see if we can't get some of that good 3.7 times sneak attack crit bonus. Yep. This thing's mashing them. And another reason that I didn't chuck on Ground Pounder is we've got a big magazine. So there you go. There's a potential benefit of this thing. 62 in the magazine, which means we don't have to reload nearly as much. I'm still probably going to do it anyway out of habit, but still. I'm gonna restrain myself for now and not reload, because we've still got like half of our bullets left, right? Yeah, so there's something that it does. Also VATS. We'll find some dude and shoot him in VATS a little bit. Oh. Yeah, okay. So AP usage and ammo capacity is this thing's strong points, and, you know, that's kind of it. But it's hard to look past that extra damage that you get out of a bloodied handmade, eh? And have we been shot yet? We haven't actually been shot yet. Some people get mad when I don't show off the healing powers, but, I mean, I'm kind of doing that indirectly right now. Ooh, that's some nice criticals right there. That's some good stuff. So I could probably drop Serendipity for something like Critical Savvy, because I don't really need to worry about being shot all that much because I'm sneaking, and not only that, if I'm not being shot anyway, I don't need to proc it, and I can get more damage out of Critical Savvy by spamming criticals faster, which, you know, is good. Also, I'm running as unyielding this time. Usually I'd run full chameleon with this, but I'm at Nerd Rage threshold. I want my unyielding because enhanced perception means more VATS accuracy. I picked up an assault rifle there, and, you know, I'm living life right on the edge of being over capacity, so I don't have to worry about that. So, you know, for all of our benefits, the people watching the recording, it's nice and fast. We don't have to stop and drop something. And for me, I don't have to worry about making an ass of myself or picking up something which I totally don't need. Anyways, so we're into the hell room now, and while we're here, let's just pop inside the door. He won't see us, we're fine. I hope he doesn't see me, otherwise I'll have to eat my words. Okay, and so now I've got Critical Savvy on, which, again, is a nice benefit of this. Ooh, okay. You decided that you were immune to my sneak attack criticals for a moment, and we're hitting him for 76, which is a lovely context-sensitive number. And now we're in danger, which means ouch time. You better believe that I'm bringing prequel memes into my video. That was a nice death animation. I like that. Alright, let's see if we can't get escape artists happening. That's the stuff right there. That's what you want. Just to get up and crouch again, and then everyone's like, huh? Where'd she go? You know, for someone as pasty and pale-white as Winter, they're sure really bad at seeing her. She'd stick out like bloody dog ears, mate. You could see her from a bloody mile out. Alrighty, so even when we are in danger, it looks like we've got enough damage to really bring the pain to these guys anyway, so yeah, this thing is performing very, very well, and I think we've finished everyone off already. Yep, don't have to, you know, rack up any stragglers, so, you know, it was all part of the plan going in danger there, so I'd gather everyone close, and then I'd use escape artists to sneak and kill everyone as fast as that. Yes, that's definitely how I planned it. Alrighty, so taking on ghouls here, especially with this sort of setup for doing damage, is especially risky. That is until you know, you've got a suppressor, so, you know, they're not going to be too much of a pain in the ass, are they? Ooh, there's a first legendary for the day as well, there you go. And, okay, I think we're basically one-shotting all of these dudes, which is nice. I'm not making too much use out of this extra rate of fire. What the hell is going on down there? Is someone throwing plasma grenades? That's the sound of a plasma grenade. What are you doing in here, mate? You know, you can't do that. And I got sludge lung from being in his general vicinity. Okay, now we're in caution, back into hidden. These guys are not here. They're all dead. I guess someone just grenaded all these guys and ran off. No, I don't really know, but yep. Here's the thing. Here's how it's going to go down. I'm basically going to, you know, get myself in a position where I can hit these guys with sneak attack criticals, and they'll be doing very little damage to me because, wow, we're hitting them for 1k in there. That's pretty good. Yeah, so there's gonna be no problems. You could throw like 10 ghouls in this particular room right now, right there, and I'd just crouch, go into caution and mow them down all systematically one by one. But unfortunately for me, I didn't pull all of the spawns here, but I think I've pulled enough on this particular occasion to give you an idea of what this thing can do, which is pretty much devastate everything that you pointed at, which is, you know, useful for a weapon to have. That's kind of what you want. You kind of want a weapon to be powerful, alright? If there's one thing you take away from this video is that strong weapons are good. Alright, let's supplement the poor ghoul fight with a little bit of Death Skull Red Scorpion nonsense. So he's currently teleporting and oh, okay. Well, he would have one-shotted me anyway, so I'm glad he's dead. Now, usually he's got a mate up here somewhere. You gotta kill him. He's around here somewhere. There he is. He's only a low-level dude, though, so you know what? Let's not use VATS here. Unless he suddenly disappears. Okay, apparently he just quit the server. Or he just died, because a heart attack. They happen to scorpions, right? Alright, no messing about now. What's going to happen now is I'm going to crit spam on his face until I kill him. Hopefully it's nice and quick. Yep, it's quick. Alrighty, time for ye old train yard smash. Hopefully this thing decides it wants to fire. Let's see what we've got over here. What have we drawn today? We have drawn fucking Hans Mole Man. Yeah, you can tell that I switched servers for this because my weapon ain't shooting bullets even though I got it loaded. Oh yeah, this thing is so good in VATS. But yep, we'll just keep on going. We'll see if we can catch a huge group of them over here. Oh yeah, that guy's only got a mole miner gauntlet. He is going nowhere except to the ground. I'm glad these guys breathe loudly and, you know, announce their position. So, you know, I think they took all the screaming energy, you know, from the super mutants in Fallout 4 and, you know, left the super mutants with only guttural groans. How would you describe them? They're sort of, I don't know, they're not screaming. They're definitely more like they're intense. I don't know, maybe my vocabulary doesn't actually cover it, but you know what I'm talking about. All of the screamy screams were stolen by these guys, and for what? For level 40 guys who barely put up a fight, so at least we get to fight something a little bit different. That's why I like to add the train yard smash, you know, it's to play on the graveyard smash to my little stomping grounds, because it's like a box of chocolates. You got a general idea what you're gonna find, but you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. That's how the quote goes, right? Alright, time to gather some adrenaline on some lesser crabs, but before taking out the big fucker. So, yeah, we'll just take you out over there. We'll just use concentrated fire to pick up the slack, and basically VATS everything. Wow, this thing is a VATS. Oh wow, this is like wall hacks in a weapon. That's nice. Okay, we've found the benefit of this thing. Its VATS is good. All right, and delayed reaction. I was about to write it off saying this is shit. Oh my god, that was interesting. Okay, well. Who needs VATS anyway? You just shoot him in the noggin over and over and that's going to kill them very, very quickly. Alright, the game's going to stop telling me I've got sneak attack criticals going. Okay, we can move on. Alrighty, looks like we've got a little bit of a random encounter node before we get started on the Scorched Beast. So let's just find his little belly of his. There it is. Yeah. Huge creatures. That's not a huge creature. I'll show you a huge creature. He's gonna spawn. Oh my god, it's a 2-for-1. Let's go. It's a 3-for-1. The Scorched Beast police are after me. Nah, mate, you can't be running around wielding that sort of caliber of weapon. The caliber of 45. Holy shit. Yeah, that's what you want. Oh my god. I've just had a thought. I want a medic's crit damage, less VATS usage. Oh no, medic. Okay, I got a little bit over the top there, but hear me out here. Medics, fire rate, less VATS usage per shot, submachine gun. That would heal you like you wouldn't believe. Okay, let's get revenge. Alright, who dares disturb me? Is that a robot? Yeah, it's probably just a robot that's wandered up. Yeah, a robot wandered up and started aggroing everything, which is annoying. Not really gonna matter all that much. So, yeah. So, as you can tell, this weapon is not without limitation. I probably just... that might have been rads that killed me, actually. I wasn't watching my health bar, but those Scorch Beasts give off a lot of rads, and, you know, it wouldn't take a lot. So maybe if I did have serendipity during that, I probably would have survived. So maybe if you're taking on big game like bats, that's when you go ahead and switch it on. But yes, so there you have it. That was the Medic's... No, it's not the Medic Submachine. I haven't got that one just yet. But yes... the Vampire's Firerate Submachine Gun. It has been a blast to use this thing. A real sleeper, because I didn't expect it to do this well, but maybe I should have attuned my expectations a little bit earlier, right? Because, you know, we saw how fast it slaughtered those super mutants. We know we were in for something good after that. So if you'd like to see this weapon in your game, fuck off, this is mine, or you can have it, I guess. Show me the offers in the comment section. Let's see some real offers, not some bullshit offers. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys.